Today we're going to be talking about the number one sign that the house is overpriced and that the listing agent knows or the seller knows or the builder knows. Okay, if you're new to this channel, I'm a mortgage lender licensed in 48 states. If you want to learn about mortgages and make sure when you buy a house you don't get taken advantage of, hit subscribe. If you like the channel, hit like. And if you detest me, hit the hate. And this video is probably going to get some. Okay. There's two big red flags. Number one, builder incentives. So let's talk about what that is. First of all, in 2020, 2021, when the market was red hot, did I see builders giving people $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 in incentive to buy one of their homes? No. No, I mean, that's the thing. Let's be honest about this. If a builder can sell a house at the price that it is listed, they are not going to give you incentives. The only incentive they might give you, because we did see some of this when the market was hot, 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 and everyone was on a waiting list, is a lender credit. But the lender credits were like $5 or $6 grand. And when we would look at what their lender was offering, we were like, yeah, like you're paying $6,000 in points for the same rate you get for nothing. So it was just it was like a grasp at control, but you weren't getting anything, okay? Why do you see some builders doing that now? They can't sell the houses at the price they have them listed at. And the number one thing a builder's never gonna do and never wants to do is lower that price. Why? Think about it like this. Let's say that I bake 12 cookies and I'm gonna sell them on the street. I'm a cookie salesperson, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. And I sell my first cookie for $5. Well, the day is getting longer and now, I gotta get rid of these cookies. Well, here's the thing. I've got this narc next to me. We're gonna call him the cookie appraiser. And the cookie appraiser, before anybody buys another cookie, is telling my clients how much the last cookie sold for. So I'm like, oh, I've got the narc appraiser over here. I sold one cookie for $5. These are sitting. I'm probably not going to sell another, but if I sell this for $4, then if I go to sell another one, I'll never get $5 again because the narc appraiser, the cookie monster, is going to rat me out. Very convoluted explanation. I am hungry, but that is what it is. So they never want to drop that purchase price because once they do, it affects the comparable sales, meaning that if they go to sell another house, and even if they get more money for it, if they've already sold one at a discount, when the appraiser goes out, it's going to affect the value of that house. So that's why builders never want to drop the price, because if they drop the price for one house, it's going to affect all the other houses, right? If suddenly I sold a cookie for $3 and I've got the cookie narc right next to me, anyone who else wants to buy, even if I can get them to buy it for $5, the cookie narc's going to be saying, hey, she just sold another cookie for $3. Are you sure you want to pay $5 for that? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Okay, so they never want to drop their price. So what do? Incentives, right? It starts off small. Oh, if you sign by the end of the month, we'll give you $10,000. Okay, now if I was looking at new construction, what is an incentive where I'd be like, that makes sense, right? Because they do have time pressure on them. So whereas some sellers can really wait out a market, usually builders can't because of the way that they borrow money, the contracts that they have with their big money gods, I guess we'll call them, whatever it is. So, 10,000, okay. Like, look, if they were selling like hotcakes, they wouldn't be offering 10,000, but 10,000 isn't going to be one where I'm like, oh my God, I am about to be so upside down on this house. 20, 30, 40, 50,000. Basically what those numbers are telling you is when they say, hey, if you sign today, I'll give you $50,000 in incentives. They're telling you that the house is $50,000 overpriced. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you we can't sell this house for this price, so we're giving you incentives. And I've talked about this in builder videos. These incentives, you'd be so much better off finding a house and buying it for what it's worth rather than paying this higher price that your taxes are based off of, etc., for some incentives, right? And that's why I say incentives in air quotes, because people are like, Well, you can totally define it. I have seen some of the stupidest stuff, like where, you know, blinds that would normally be like $10,000 or $32,000. What? What? You $32,000 for blinds? What planet is this? Okay. So that is the number one sign with builders, is they're doing these really big incentives. So if you see a huge incentive, just take the purchase price, knock that off. That's what the house is actually worth. Simple. Okay, what's the other one? If you're looking at a house that's already been built, and builders do this as well, 2-1 buy downs. Whenever they're advertising a 2-1 buy down, it is because they are trying to trick you into buying a house for more than what that house is worth. And it's really simple. There's actually lenders going around the country right now. I'm in Florida, and there's a lender who does this that teaches real estate agents, look, you're going to get more money for your seller than any other agent with my proven method. And the proven method is the 2-1 buy down. So what that is the first year your payment is based off of a lower interest rate. The second year it goes up. And the third year, it goes to what it is, right? But that first year, your payment's based on a much lower than market rate. So that cost of the house, let's say the house is $300, well, at that lower rate, it really feels more like $260, okay? It's marketing. Like whenever someone's pitching a buy down to sell a house, I'm always like, oh, please don't, please don't. Like, take that little shiny object and put it in your pocket, Mr. Salesman. We are not falling for this nonsense. You can do this at home. We can do it together. But it's just crazy to me. So if you've seen a listing, if you work with our lender, we're doing a 2-1 buy down. Yeah, that's code for the house is overpriced. Because once again, if the house is not overpriced, are they gonna offer that? No. No, they're not. And you'll see that across the country. Is it's like, you know, the houses that are going quick, the houses that are priced right, they're not offering any of this stuff. So anytime someone's offering something, it's because they know they're not priced correctly. It's that simple. Now, a lot of people know that I love asking sellers for closing costs. And sometimes you'll see a listing where it says seller offers to pay XYZ towards closing. Once again, they know at the price point they're at that they're gonna have a hard time selling. So if someone said seller to offer $5K, you know, should you go, oh, okay, well that's all I can get. It's only overpriced by $5. No, guys, I'm telling you, these are indicators, right? And look, I'm sure there's going to be a house or two where this assessment's incorrect, but overall, as someone who sees this stuff every single day, if I was shopping in the market and I was looking at new construction and they were offering huge incentives, I would run because I would be terrified that the value of that development is going to crater. Because sometimes you'll see that. You'll see the builders do the really big incentives, and then a couple months later, they do lower prices because no one's going for the incentives. And then you're in contract and it's higher than what the other house is. Go to Reddit. Reddit, people are talking about this all the time. With houses that are already built and it's a seller, if the agents are advertising a 2-1 buy down, it's because they want you to fall for that sexy rate. And I'm telling you right now, as someone who respects their money and I respect your money, do not fall for something that isn't permanent. If it's temporary, it's not gonna last forever. It's like ice cream, right? I should go eat. I think we just determined that I may need a snack. Put ice cream out, it's gonna melt. Same thing with these temporary buy downs. It's gonna be delicious for a minute, but if you leave it on the counter, it's gonna go bad. And that's what happens with these. So never fall in love with something that's not permanent. These are indicators that you're overpaying for the house. I'm a big proponent of let's not bullshit. Let's sell houses for what they're worth. Let's not try to glimmer, vampire talk, buyers into these higher prices, because this is what's making housing so unaffordable. Slick marketing and a lot of shiny objects. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. If you have questions, if you need to get pre-approved, I'm licensed in 48 states, everywhere but Rhode Island and Utah for no specific reason, except I'm just not getting them. Thanks for watching.